All right, good evening, guys. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Just going to give you a relatively quick update on what's going on. Still no decals from Pato. And like I've said, last couple weeks, mail has been sparse. So I am, it's just interesting. But it is what it is. We'll keep punching away with what we got and prepping for when they come in. And when they come in, I'll be doing a lot of decaling. So right now, I'm just getting some JB Weld together for a couple cars here. And as you can see, I got way too much. But yeah, that's the way it goes. So working this for you, William. You asked for you and Sedaris both asked for a Anthony Alfredo Speedy Cash. So I got one here for you, William, and then I got one in the works along with a Ryan Priest Tide car for you, Sedaris. So I've got those decals, so I figured I might as well work those while I've got them. So yeah, just getting some JB Weld, kind of all over the place in here, where I've glued just as a little extra adhesion there. Again, since I made so much, might as well just put some on here. These windows aren't going anywhere. I'm assuming you guys are putting them in a display case. I think, William, you put them in a display case, so it makes sense. I shouldn't say it makes sense, but just, I know they're not being played with, but a little extra adhesive never hurts. So it's all hidden away in there. So got that. Get this bottom here. Make sure that's in place. Trying to keep it off of the paint here, just to make sure that try to get a little bit like that, right? Just a little bit over the edge. Definitely don't want, want this to stick and not go anywhere. I think I've told you guys before how I've kind of adjusted my JB Weld process. I used to put the car back together and then put JB Weld in the hole, right? And so I had a couple cars come apart, once they arrived, to the customer, and get an email and say, hey, my car fell apart. I was like, oh crap, so send it back to me and I'll fix it. And so my fix was to do that JB Weld on the inside first, and then put this in and then fill up the hole. So you got it on this side, that side, and I go over the edges a little bit. Never had a problem, or haven't had a problem since. So happy about that for sure. So got this painted, even though it's cold outside, but got this done, and it just turns out beautiful. This colored chrome blue is just a beautiful color, just a beautiful, and it dries quickly, so really nice. Just a super nice paint. Stinks to high heaven, but that's the only drawback for that paint. Just a wonderful paint. I love doing cars with that color, because I just think it's a terrific finish. So, but yeah, as I was saying, I used to not put JB Weld on the inside here. I used to package the car together and then just fill in the hole, but had issues, and so add more, trying to improve as I go along. in this hobby. I've tried different products too, as opposed to this JB Weld, and I just always come back to it. 2-part epoxy. It's really nice. Sets up, overnight. I could get the quick, the quick set stuff, that sets up in like 10 minutes or whatever, but this gives me plenty of time if I needed it to do many cars, and then so whatever. I don't like to be rushed. Told you guys that before. So this is a little interesting when you're doing these kind of Xfinity cars that have the have this this interior piece doesn't cover both wheels, so you kind of have to lay this in place, and then I kind of hold it and bring this over the top, making sure that stays in place as you put it in, right? Because you don't want that to move around. So get that there. Okay, I might have to clamp this. This feels a little loose for some reason. Yeah, I can see right now I'm gonna have to clamp this. That in there. Just a couple weeks away, guys, to the start of the season. Excited for it. Looking forward to the Daytona 500. I don't know about the Clash. I've never really been overly excited with the Clash, but yeah. I mean, I'll watch it, but yeah. Okay, so here's my little paper I've had for many years, actually, that I place here on the top. And then I got these clamps. And what we got going on here? Oh, I see what I'm doing. Okay. You can see it's not staying down in there on this back side. So I have to clamp it to make sure it stays in place. Come on. Why are you guys being difficult? Okay, so you can see how that came down there. Front looks good. Just get a little bit more here on the back. So make sure that got plenty. Okay. Okay, that's that. I'll clean that up later. So what I do here is, here, let me move this back over here. I'll show you what I'm doing here. Move that back over there, and I just kind of set it like this. And I'll let that sit there overnight, and yeah, that'll be good. Alright, so what have I been doing lately? As you can see here, pull this back over here. Get some fresh water, just wash this bowl out. So I'm going to work this number 21 Ryan Blaney Go Further car for Tim. I've got got it all together, pre-painted, as you can see. Got this roof all painted because, again, like I showed you in the last video, this 21 is short. It's not a perfect match of the blue, but it's pretty close, right? And it's got black on the back side. But yeah, so I'll be able to lay that there and make it look as good as possible there. What I did with this, so I used, here, let me get the paint. So I used this. This is the Oasis Blue. And maybe you saw when I was doing the JB Weld. But just spray a little bit into my plate here. And I use one of those applicators. And one of these applicators to do this. You know, to kind of just cover all this area here, right, where I think I'm going to need it. And then the other thing I did was, because this front edge of the decal, I want to use as much of it as I can. So I didn't cut. I left a little bit of the white there, and so inevitably when it's printed, there's a little line there. And so what I did was I took the applicator with that Oasis Blue paint and just went right along the edge of this, ever so slightly. I don't know if you can see that. Right on the edge of the decal there. So I don't have like a little tiny white line or an edge. So when I lay this down, it should help make that look seamless there. I mean, obviously it's a different color. It's not a perfect color, but just trying to make that look as seamless as possible on that roof there. You know, and then this puppy's going to go here, and then we got to line up, you know, this crazy front nose. I usually cut that into different, you know, cut this all up to make sure that everything fits nicely across this front and you know, lines up. So anyways, that's the next decaling effort I'm gonna do. What I did decal recently was I did another one of these Brad Keselowski 2012 Miller Lite Championship Dodge Chargers. And this car is, I mean, it's really sharp, right? I mean, it's got that colored chrome metallic blue. I really like that color. It's got the yellow gold rims. The problem with decal in this car, I mean, everything's fairly easy, right, up here, and even this large decal across the side is fairly easy. The hard part along here are these bottom kind of gold. I guess this is what the beer looks like around the edge. These decals here, they like to break for whatever reason, and so I've had to piece some of them back together. Okay, so yeah, so I got a little chip here, and then of course working across this front is really a pain, very difficult to work. So anyways, I just finished decaling that today, and so I'll let that dry and start sealing it up and make that available to anybody who wants it. So John, I finished decaling this Michael Annett TMC 2018 Xfinity car. Again, relatively straightforward. I've got a couple coats of sealer on it. It's looking good, looking sharp. The interesting thing with this, right? Of course, you know, whenever you have a decal that runs across this bottom, it can be difficult to get it to lay just right. And so I basically cut it short to piece this in, because the Sunoco decal was going to stretch way back over here because it was just a little long. So I did that on both sides and pieced it in. So yeah, so you got to do that sometimes. The other thing was this goofy decal across, for the name and the banner, because the X on this side and the Y on this side are actually show up on the side decal. So you have to piece that in, and then this across the front is too long. Okay, so what I did was I cut it right here, and I cut it right here, put the Annette in place first, and then laid this piece over top. So there's a little overlap here and a little overlap here, so that it'll actually fit on the windshield. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces that are pieced together to be that one windshield decal. So it's kind of goofy. I've had to do that a couple times, but it is what it is. It's a little challenging to try to get it to look just right. But all in all, I'm happy with it. And again, just decaling it. So, or I'm sorry, just getting the clear sealer on it now. All right, so what's coming next? Of course, I've got to take those apart, Doug, and get those dipped. I have these 2 cars here for you, Sedaris, that you requested, and then I've got this truck. So I got those 2 first, and then these 2. And then the truck, and then I've got another black Xfinity to do. I think that's the Jeremy Clement car that's waiting for decals. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. Hope you have a blessed evening, and let me know if you got any questions or any comments. Love to hear from you. God bless. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.